want to say thank you to all the fantastic speakers that preceded me, especially Landry. Man, that gave me chills. It makes me feel so confident knowing that we have wonderful young people like Landry and the next generation leading them, doing good. So give it up for Landry, all the speakers, please. Good afternoon. My name is Raul Natera. I'm an immigration attorney at the Texas-Mexico Law Offices of Fort Worth, Texas, and it's an honor to speak with you guys. I'm a proud Texan, I'm a proud Mexican immigrant, and it's the great honor of my life to be able to defend the immigrant community. Gotcha. Now, I want to start with something simple. Democracy doesn't disappear all at once. It erodes. Quietly, procedurally, and often under the language of efficiency or reform. And right now, we are seeing that erosion in real time, especially in our immigration courts and within the Department of Justice. Now today I want to tell you why that matters and what we can do about it. Recently, the Trump administration began pushing changes to the immigration appeals process at the Board of Immigration Appeals, the BIA. One of these proposed rules would have cut the time to file an appeal down from 30 days to just 10. They're also making these changes so that they can allow cases to be dismissed almost immediately if technical requirements weren't met. One of those requirements would be that the majority of judges at the Board of Immigration Appeals have to vote to give these detainees appealing and going for that second shot at an asylum claim or what have you. The majority of those justices have to vote to hear their case, and those are political appointments. And currently, the Trump administration has stacked those courts. So if a rule change like that would have been shoehorned through, unfortunately, many of my clients wouldn't get judicial review over judicial error at a lower court. Now, a federal judge recently stepped in and blocked much of that rule, but the attempt itself tells us everything that we need to know. Because what does that kind of change do? It doesn't just streamline cases, it limits due process. It increases the chance that people, many without lawyers, lose their cases before they even truly begin. And that's the pattern we're seeing. Policies framed as efficiency that actually reduce fairness. Now let's talk about something that's even more troubling. Just this month, on March 5th, the Department of Justice proposed another rule that would fundamentally change how government lawyers are held accountable. Under this proposal, the Department of Justice attorneys accused of misconduct, the Attorney General, a political appointee I remind you, gets to review the complaint first. They can then ask state bar associations to pause their own investigations while the Department of Justice conducts their own review. In practice, this means that the federal government can step in and delay or even neutralize independent ethical oversight. At the core of this, they want to create a secondary class of attorneys that is answerable only to the administration, and that should be chilling to everyone here. Critics have warned that this could undermine independent accountability and shield Department of Justice attorneys from meaningful discipline. And I want you guys to really think about that for a second. Lawyers, especially government lawyers, are supposed to be bound by independent ethical rules, not self-policed, not insulated. But this rule moves us towards a system where the same institution accused of misconduct gets to control the investigation. That's not accountability. That's consolidation of power. Now, you might be thinking, I'm talking about immigration courts, about lawyers, about procedure. But that's not really what it's about. This is about who checks power. And when appeals are rushed, and when oversight is weakened, when ethics enforcement is centralized, we're not just changing rules. We're changing the balance between governing power and individual rights. And history has shown us, once those guardrails weaken, it becomes much harder to rebuild them. So today, I'm here to ask all of you for your help. We've all got phones with access to internet, and I want to equip you guys with a tool to resist these changes. There's a website called federalregister.gov. I'm going to repeat that, federalregister.gov. All of these policy changes are published on there and subject to public comment periods of 30 days. We've got until April 4th to resist this DOJ rule change. You can go on there right now and you can post a public comment, and that's incredibly important because what these guys have to do when they're finalizing these rules, they have to sit in committee and read out and deal with every single one of these comments. So we can delay this as much as humanly possible and really be a thorn in their side. You can be equipped by that cell phone in your pocket to start resisting. Now, outside of speaking during the rulemaking process, we have to support organizations that are doing this work. We have to support organizations like the American Civil Liberties Union. We have to support organizations like Vecinos, and we have to put our money where our mouth is. We have to back these organizations that are doing the good work, that are resisting this power grab by this administration. Additionally, I need you guys to be beacons of knowledge. I need you guys to go out into your communities. I need you to go out to your family members and really talk to them, explain to them in real words what is happening, because many of the people that voted for Trump, and I see this every day in my office, they were tricked. They really believed that this administration was going to go out and arrest criminals and try and make the economy better. But look around you. Are we any better than where we were at the beginning of 2024? Absolutely not. So it's time to resist, ladies and gentlemen. And to that end, your vote this November is possibly one of the most important votes that you are going to be casting in your lifetime. We've all heard about the SAVE Act. It's an effort by this administration to disenfranchise many voters, predominantly women. And we need to be prepared if this law gets passed. We need to make sure that we have passports. If you are a woman and you have changed your last name, you need to stay informed because you will need to provide proof of that name change when you go to vote in November. So we need to be prepared for any obstacle that this administration throws before us. And we together are going to be able to overcome anything they put in front of us. That is my true belief. Now, I'll leave you with this. The rule of law doesn't collapse overnight. It weakens when fewer people pay attention to how it's being changed. And right now, it's being changed in ways that reduce accountability and limit fairness. But the fact that every one of you is here, that you're listening, that you're learning, and that you're willing to act means something powerful. It means that the system and this country that I love so much still has people who care enough to defend it. And that is where resistance truly begins. I thank you all for being here. Again, my name is Raul Natera. I'm here on behalf of Texas Mexico Law Offices of Fort Worth. Thank you. God bless you.